Hey you guys, it's Zenith Darksky here. I decided to do a video kind of debunking some big cheater like clips and stuff like that on FPS games for some big name players. Namely, we're going to be looking at Symphony, Shroud, and Z-Laner. There's just a lot of, I think a lot of people just get really salty at how good some people are and everything. And don't get me wrong, there's going to be plenty of these clips that probably do look like they're cheating, and maybe even some of the clips that I can't 100% debunk. I'm going to do my best. I got inspired to do this because I recently got in a debate with a fellow streamer, friend of mine. His name is Thrumpix. Shout out to him, twitch.tv/Thrumpix, Thrumpix. Check him out over there. We were talking about Symphony, and he was showing me some clips and stuff, and he was like, dude, I know he's cheating, he's gotta be cheating and stuff. By all means, any three of these guys could be using or could have been using hacks at any point. I don't want to pretend that I know, and I'll be the first one to take it back and say fuck if any of these guys are cheating. But it brought to mind a lot of people don't understand a lot of the technicality behind certain pro games. This video is from Watch Warzone. Okay, so I've seen this clip before, and this one is like one of the first ones that I ever saw where people were like, dude's gotta be, he has to be hacking and shit. So we're going to take this kind of frame by frame here. We'll go to the questionable part here, but okay, so we have him killing that. Okay, so here's a big thing. First of all, I know a lot of people are like, oh, he doesn't miss. You know, he doesn't miss. Every shot that he shoots, he's hitting. Yeah. And he don't get me wrong, he's extremely accurate, you know. And he doesn't really move or anything off the guy right there. First of all, if that's your problem, that it just looks like he's locking on and killing the guy right there, the dude never moved that he was shooting at, or if he did, it was very minutely. So it was the easiest target to hit in the world. But that's not the questionable part of this video here. After he downs and eventually finishes this guy, there he goes. Also, he missed a lot there. If he would have hit every shot, I don't know how he missed, but if he would have hit every shot, it would have taken like way shorter time to kill the guy down. Then he flicks over here and shoots at the wall. And a lot of people were really curious about that because they're like, why did you flick and shoot at the wall? Why did you do that? Why did you do that? Must be someone over there, or he was hacking, or he was locked on to someone like across the map or something. No, not quite. He flicked over because he hears something. He's very reactive to his hearing, Symphony is. You could tell he's just so into it and everything. And it's a quiet clip for us. That's one of the really hard things about a lot of these cheating clips. They'll hear stuff and they'll flick somewhere, and people are like, why would he flick over there? It's like, he heard. And people are like, well, how do you know he heard? I don't 100%, but we don't hear his mix. We don't hear his audio. We don't know how his audio sounds to him and how it sounds to us. Because as a streamer, my audio is vastly different for when you guys watch my content than it is for me. It's way louder to me. I often complain, oh man, this game's really loud, and people in the chat are like, kind of quiet or whatever, you know. So understand that is something that comes into account here. So what happens here? Why does he flick over here from this guy? Why does he flick from here to here? Because he hears the guy moving in here, because he's gonna flick to the truck eventually. He hears the guy moving in the truck, so he shoots through over there, assuming that he's hearing the guy over there. It's just something Call of Duty people do. I've seen many Call of Duty people, perfectly legit people, just aim and shoot through a wall randomly and kill somebody. I know it sounds like a wall hack or an aimbot or something, but believe me, it's really easy to shoot through walls on Call of Duty. And it's viable. It's a viable strategy. If you can shoot them and get damage on them before they ever even get a shot on you, that's great. But anyways, and so what happens here is he goes from that and he flicks over here to this guy. So let's go through it again. So he shoots, and then yeah, he shoots through the truck right here, and he flicked into the truck. But now you can see he stopped shooting. For a second, he has stopped shooting. Not because he's out of ammo. He's got 10 rounds in his clip. But he shot through the wall there, because he knows he missed over here. He knows he didn't get hit markers over here. No one's come out of the door or the window yet, so he knows that the guy isn't in there. Okay, and so he shot through the truck because he's like, I think I hear the guy in the truck. There he is. Then he jumps down to actually get sight on him. And notice how when he shot into the truck, notice how when he shoots into the truck, doesn't get a single hit mark. If this was wall hacks or aimbot, when he shot through the truck, he would have, because the truck, you can shoot through the walls in the truck, okay? If he would have hit the guy inside the truck, he would have got a hit marker. He didn't. He just shot at it, assuming he's in there. So what does he do? Jumps down, gets in, and sees the guy, and finally lasers him, shoots him.
Wait, there's no way. There's actually no way. I'm done. I'm done. Sim makes more and more of these clips, and they always go viral. Watch the video all the way through.
See right there? If he was locking onto people in there, then he would have. Well, one, he can't lock onto this guy in this back corner here, because when you go in, the building is an angle here, so it goes back like this. And so the guy's really right there, but he shoots through the door, shoots through both windows. Why? Because they're easy to shoot through. They're easy areas to shoot through. There's a guy in this corner and a guy in this corner over here when he jumps in, because he jumps in, kills this guy, and then there's this other dude. He didn't know they were in there. He was just shooting into a building. Look how small the circle is. Because these clips are often taken out of context. You have to look at everything in these clips. Look how small this circle is right here. And there are 6 people, right? So 4 of those people are on his team, right? So there's 2 people left. So they're searching this small circle for half a team, half a squad. And so they're running around searching everything, and he shoots the doors and the windows here, just seeing if he's going to get a hit marker in it. And then he brings up his heartbeat, realizes there's people in there, goes in, kills them, finishes the job. And when he gets in there, it's not even anything super suspect. Gets in there, misses a lot of shots right there, misses a lot of shots there, and then
I'm actually done.
there it is.
Symphony just killed me.
Symphony just killed me.
Oh my god.
Then he just shot through the wall there. That's nothing really that great. He shot through. He knew there was a guy over there. His teammate was going after him. So after he shot him, he flicks over to shoot at the wall, because this part of the wall would be where, you know, there's a door right here. This is if his friend is trying to run to stop him from finishing him, which he had already done. He had already finished him off. If he was coming to finish him, you know, he'd be crossing this area right about now. Or at least he thinks he'd be crossing this area right about now, so he shoots through. Just to see if he gets hit markers. Didn't get any hit markers, by the way. A lot of people like to accuse him of that stuff, and it's like, if he shoots through a wall and doesn't get hit markers, then obviously he's not hitting anyone. Obviously he's not wall hacked. If you have wall hacks and you shot through a wall, you would probably know where to shoot and hit them, right? See, that right there is probably the only clip that I've ever seen that is solid evidence of maybe. Because it is weird that he takes a shot into through the floor. Now, I don't know, you might be able to shoot through the floor, but I don't know. It's concrete, but it's also Call of Duty. He also misses some shots when he does that. Also, right there, he flicked over to the right and no one was there. On Call of Duty, something that you learn as a pro on Call of Duty is, like, say you're using a controller. Okay, we're gonna go with controller, but we're gonna go, you know, mouse works as well. You shoot, then ADS, not ADS then shoot, because if you take that extra time to get the extra accuracy, it's not gonna work for you. So you shoot, then ADS. So as a Call of Duty person, I can tell you 100%. The idea is, if you think someone is somewhere, you flick to that place while shooting. So what he did there was he he flicked over because he thought someone was there while shooting, then flicked up. Now, the up is suspicious because he goes up there and realizes there's a guy flying down, you know? And it's like he knew. But we also have to pay attention to where his teammates are at, you know? His teammates are all over the map. And it's taken out of context. Somebody maybe told him. Also, maybe the thing said somebody flying in if that's a new guy. But I have a feeling he's coming from the airport up there, coming from the top of that. And these guys could be, his teammates could be telling him, you know, he's got a teammate that's way the fuck out. Way out of formation here. And these other guys are not too far from him. They could have very easily told him. But so I'm just saying that could debunk it. This is a suspect clip, but he misses shots. He misses shots. It's pretty good tracking after he finally gets onto him and, you know, kind of adjusts a couple times. But it's not convincing enough. Okay, this is a clip that Debunking showed me. Okay, so let's take this step by step here. This is a big clip, apparently, that a lot of people think he's hacking for. Okay, so we hear shots, okay? Right over here. Let's back it up for a second, and I'll show you guys the beginning of the clip again. Okay, so see, he sees bullets, he sees shots, he knows people are fighting over here, right? So he's going to them. Now, because of where these shots are coming from, he's not seeing the bullet past this, he's seeing the bullet past this. He knows there's somewhere there. Within this area somewhere. Right? So he's running toward it, gets shot at. Now, if he was using wall hacks or aimbot, first of all, he would have known these guys are over here. These other guys. He would have known they're there. He wouldn't have been surprised by them. But he was caught off guard. And look, he panics. And when he first shoots, he doesn't even hit his target. There you go. So he's running. See, he takes time to adjust. If he had any kind of aimbot, any kind of lock on or anything like that, he wouldn't take a second to adjust. He'd snap right over to him, and he doesn't. He overcorrects and then has to fix it, and then starts shooting at the other guy, and then finally starts hitting him, breaks him. And he's about to die, by the way. He's not doing the best here. He's almost killed, but his teammates over here coming to help him and probably cleaning up or something. But then this right here. I know this was a big thing with what Thrumpix was telling me. He flicks over to the wall and shoots and seemingly gets a hit marker. But I think that's the hit marker that's carrying over from the other, yep. No, he gets a new hit marker there. He gets a new hit marker there. Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not a new hit marker. It is carrying over. Yeah, you hear that. It makes the hit marker sound twice while he's looking at the other guy, but the actual hit marker doesn't pop up till over here. So one, that's probably most likely, it might not be, but from what I can tell, that's a hit marker for the other guy. So he flicks over to the wall. Why does he flick to the wall? He knows that there's a guy here because he was running up on two teams fighting here, and then there was a third team over there. So he was running up on people right here already, right in this area already. He knows there's people here, so he knows that they probably heard them fighting on the other side of the wall. So he's like, okay, I'm gonna flick over while shooting, like I just said a minute ago, Call of Duty thing. I'm gonna flick over while shooting, just in case I get any hits or anything like that, and can put damage on somebody before they put damage on me, because he's hurt. Okay. So he notices there's no one here. He notices there's nobody here. So he flicks over to this because he's like, maybe they're behind that or something like that. Or they could be behind these barriers. So he's flicking over to see if he can get a shot on somebody popping up from behind the barriers. And then there goes the guy popping out. You know? So watch that. Okay, so he's like, okay, I'm gonna get around this. I'm gonna get around the tank because obviously there's nobody here on my side of the tank. So I'm gonna get around it. Okay, so he's running over and he sees that guy. Sees the guy running across, right? Right there. And so it takes him a second. See how he kind of spirals around the guy for a second? It's because he's like, I set my DPI low, and so he's like, sees the guy, but he doesn't know where he's gonna move. This is a common thing that Shroud and a lot of people do, is they kind of vibrate, you know, because they don't know where they're gonna go, so they want to make sure they can spray and hit the hitbox, right? So he kind of spirals around, sprays at the guy, kills him.
Top. Laser top.
Then he knows the guy's down, so he goes ahead and finishes him up there. Okay, so that's, I think this is a big clip too. Ooh, yeah, that's the one. That's a big clip as well. It's pretty simple. He just flicks up to shoot through the wall, thinking that this guy's team is there, because he stops shooting for a second. Once he hits the guy, he doesn't realize it. Takes him a second that he to realize he got hit markers on him, and he sees the team wipe. So once the team wipe pops up, he stops shooting, but he realized he hit somebody through the wall. He actually hit somebody through the wall. So he realizes there's another team there, there's other people. Alright, so I'm gonna kill this guy. Okay, kill him. I don't see team wipe yet. I don't know it's a team wipe. While this guy's dead, in case the other guy pops up through this window here, through the window right here, I'm gonna flick up into the wall and try to shoot through the wall to see if there's anybody there. Oh, see, then he sees there's team wipe, so he stopped. Then he gets hit markers. Now you can see on his faces where he's like, holy shit, I got hit markers.
Oh my, okay. Jesus Christ. Oh.
And see, notice how he missed that time? He didn't know where the guy was still. Understand? He didn't actually know where this guy was. He just guessed the first time and then, you know, tried to take some more shots assuming he was upstairs still. He wasn't up there. He missed. You know, that's the big thing with a lot of these is people will be like, why is he shooting through walls and stuff like that? If he's not getting hit markers, he's obviously not hitting anybody. So he doesn't know for sure that somebody is in there. If he does happen to get a hit marker, a lot of the times when he does shoot through a wall and gets a hit marker, when it's seemingly random, he's like, oh, like he gets surprised. Because he's shooting through walls, because that's a good way to put damage down the field without having it come back in. Okay, so we're gonna move on from Symphony there, and we're gonna move on to Shroud over here. Some kind of popular Shroud clips as well. This is a really popular one that I've seen. He comes out of this building. Okay, this is one thing where he's shooting through a wall and kills a guy. And people were like, how did he know? How did he know? First of all, he knew he was through this crack because this crack is big enough to know that there's movement. You can shoot through walls on PUBG. The other guy, I don't have the context of beforehand, but I would assume the whole reason he ran up and started shooting was he heard people on the other side. This isn't a big clip though. This is like one of the really big ones a lot of people will use even to this day. Guy speed hacking, all right, using like fucking speed like a motherfucker, gets nailed by the speed hacker. Now, why this guy likes to, why these people like to look at this clip is because it looks like they think that his aim lock gets bugged out because of the guy's insane speed. So why does Shroud look over here and then flick back? Because at the last second, you can see the guy right there coming out, but he was already mid-flick. When you move your arm, he was already moving over this way and then saw the guy again, so he flicks back, okay? So see, he realizes he's there, starts ADSing, turns around, overcorrects, doesn't have it to where he's going to hit the guy at all, okay? So then he has to, on ADS, look back at him, and then go for the head, and he gets the shots in the head there. But he's also missing some of those shots. I want to remind everybody. So if he had aim lock, wouldn't he be hitting every single shot there, right? But he didn't. Took him most of a clip to kill that guy. Overcorrected, recorrects. It's just a flick. If anything, these are oftentimes a good piece of evidence to why someone is not cheating. How someone is not cheating, right? Overcorrected again, missed the guy a lot and still died, even. See? Misses the guy, then corrects to try to kill him, but it's too late. He died. This is not proof that he's cheating. If anything, this is proof that he's not cheating, you know? This is a big one too. For Shroud. Because he shoots the guy through the car, shoots his own teammate, seemingly locks on to his teammate. Notice how he's shooting at a lot. He's whiffing a lot, dude. This Shroud is whiffing a lot in this clip. He's shooting at like he was shooting into the storm and there was nobody in the storm, the circle and everything. Like,
so excited, man. Where am I getting shot from? Oh.
See, he's trying to figure out. He would know where the fucking guy is, right? He would know where the guy is if he was cheating. But he didn't.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Flicks over, and that's something he does all the time. I've seen Shroud flick from a person to a car and kill the guy in the car a lot. I've seen a lot of people do it, not even just Shroud. I've seen people that are drastically... I've seen Dr. Disrespect and Tim do it, and no offense to them, but they're significantly worse than Shroud, right? So, I've seen them do it. It's not a big thing. Misses his own friend, so if he was locking on to his friend, he like when he aims behind him, he misses his, like, he shoots at like past his friend, then locks onto his friend, hits him a couple times, and turns around. Like, if these were cheats, he'd be locking onto these people directly. He wouldn't be missing any shots. Like, it's almost like people don't understand how cheats work, how aimbot and stuff works. This is another big one. This is probably one of the most significant clips to make people think Shroud's cheating, because it's kind of robotic aim or whatever. It's not. It's just he's pulling down to shoot at the guy, lets go for a second because he's probably running out of mouse pad, recorrects, and then shoots again. So that's why you see like the gun barrel like because he's correcting, he's recorrecting. He's missing a lot of those shots, by the way. He's not hitting a lot of those shots there, and I think he even dies in this clip. If these were aimbots or anything, if it was an aimbot, he'd be killing these guys. Even if there's 4 of them, he'd be killing them. Okay. See, he just, it's not convincing to me. Like this clip especially, I know a lot of people like to really use this clip too, but it's just not, because he's missing just so much. He's missing a lot of shots here. Like, see right there, he's just shooting off into the fucking nowhere right there. It's not aimbot. If there was aimbot, he'd be on the guy. Then he corrects, hits the guy a couple of times, and then goes down. Right? It's just not, it's not cheating. But anyways, we're gonna finish out the video looking at these Z-laner cheats from this guy. I don't know who this guy is, but I don't think he knows, I don't think he knows what he's talking about. I'm not a big Z-laner guy. I don't watch a whole lot of Z-laner, but I saw this.
Troll them through now.
See, they're trying to say that the aim lock is locking on this guy's leg. But watch this. He's going frame by frame, okay? I'm going to show you guys, because this is claiming that it's aiming onto his leg, and he likes to be like, see, still locked onto his leg. Watch this. I'm going to show you guys something. Here's his reticle right here, okay? Guy's moving. The guy is moving. If he was locked onto his leg, this would be moving subtly. The reticle would be moving subtly, but it's not. Z-laner's moving a little bit. Back out to the right because he sees that the guy's climbing the thing, so he wants to get out an angle so that if he does climb across, he won't shoot. But then right here, this guy is like, yeah, see, it's still locked on. It's not locked onto his knee anymore. It's actually between his legs. The reticle is now between his legs. If it was still locked on, it'd be on this knee right here. but it's not. You know what I'm saying? And then right here, they like to say, see, it's locked onto his aim again, or locked onto his legs again at first. Stuck to enemy's leg for multiple frames. Okay. He's talking about chest lock or something like that down there. But it's not locked onto his legs here, guys. What's happening? What's happening here is, let me go back. What's happening here is he sees the guy, so he stops correcting. He stops aiming over to the right. You know, he stops flicking over and just keeps it steady because he knows this guy's gonna run into it, and he does run into it, and so he keeps it on him while he's moving. The aim, his mouse and stuff is not moving right, almost at all. He's moving. His character is moving sideways at the same speed as this dude, so it looks like the aim is locked onto him. But when he starts shooting, that first shot that he takes there is actually off a little bit. Call of Duty hit detection just sucks. But, and this guy's saying whatever about this, and I wish he'd go on. But he's saying that it's locked onto him. It's not. And when he kills that guy, actually, I think he misses quite a few times too. Yeah, look at those misses. And then overcorrects and misses to the left a little bit before he recorrects there. So, again, not cheating, just moving. Simply moving. That's pretty good. Okay. But missed the first few shots. If it was aimbot, he wouldn't miss. Aim is magnetic, stuck to enemy's leg for multiple frames. The gun is moving. He's jumping. The recoil. What an idiot, dude. Whoever made the video that he's looking at. Okay, so when notice how the gun is sideways, right? It's not straight on, so indicating that he's either popping the gun up or what was he doing here actually? Yeah, popping the gun up because he's jumping on the thing, so it's moving. So if the crosshair moves with his leg right there, it's just because that's the gun adjusting to get back into the center of the screen, right? And then it's not locked onto his legs. If it was locked onto his legs, it would be locked on for the whole movement. It's just silly. I hope maybe this enlightened some people though, and brought some new information to some people so that you guys can understand that these things aren't cheats. These are just people thinking ahead. With Symphony specifically, it's just Call of Duty logic. You know, shoot through the walls, shoot through the doors, shoot through the windows and stuff like that. That way, if somebody does come through it, they already have damage. They already have damage from the other side, you know, before they ever hit you. The idea is to damage someone else more and faster than they can damage you, especially with Call of Duty, because the TTK is so just stupid that the first person that has, you know, the first person that gets to drop on someone else most of the time wins. So it's just one of those things that if I can shoot somebody else. But here's the thing. If you guys are thinking that somebody has aimbot or wall hacks or anything like that, they're going to miss dramatically less than they usually do. They're going to hit the target more often than not, right? Because that's what aimbot does. Those things lock on. Trust me, I've seen aimbot. Trust me, it doesn't miss. Aimbot does not miss, right? Wall hacks, you might have wall hacks but no aimbot, and that's fair, so maybe you won't miss. Or so maybe you will miss a little bit more. But if you're still using wall hack to shoot into a building preemptively or guess where someone is, you're not gonna miss though, especially if that person's inside and not paying attention, like not moving or anything for a second. You're like in the truck with Symphony, or in the building with the building downtown with Symphony, where he shoots through the doors and stuff. The people were in the corners. If he knew they were in the corners, he would have shot at the corners. He didn't. He shot the window, the door, and the windows, because it was last circle, very few people, and they were just searching. Either way, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys for watching. If you haven't already hit that sub button, please do hit that sub button. Like this video if this kind of helped you maybe prove your point to your friend that, you know, these people aren't cheating, or if it just helped you kind of understand how some of these cheat things work a little bit better. It just seems like a lot of people haven't seen how hacks work, and they need to understand. They need a better understanding of hacks and how aimbot and wall hacks and stuff work. But either way, I'm sure there's plenty of videos on YouTube that already show that. Maybe go check some of those things out if you guys aren't sure. This video ran a little bit long, but I just wanted to be thorough in my explanations here. Thank you guys so much for watching, though. I appreciate you. And hit that sub button if you guys aren't, because 90% of you guys aren't even subbed yet. Hit that like button, share it around to your friends and stuff. Maybe send me some more clips in the comments, or links in the comments, or my Twitter DMs or anything like that to maybe people you think are hacking. And I'll take a look at it and see, you know, maybe do another video and give you guys my general, you know, it'd be cool to do some debunking videos for hacks. Either way, thank you guys again. I will see you guys in the next video.